Hello, everybody.
Hi.
We are very excited.
Yes, this
game.
We're pretty sure. We're like 99% sure this is a SHAGO exclusive Let's Play of an indie game.
Yep.
Released by like a friend we play Pathfinder with.
Yeah. So our buddy did the artwork for it, and
big shout out to Matt. Thanks for making this possible.
Yeah, we're just we're really excited. We will definitely have the link in the description for you guys.
Yeah.
So you can find out more about it. Really, really fun game. So yeah, we are very excited to...
Absolutely.
Well, okay, so it's an affordable game. It's, we have a friend who's playing it. What I saw on their website looks like it's going to be fun. It looks like the kind of game we're going to like.
More importantly, it's a text-based adventure, which is something Liz cannot get enough of.
I love text-based adventures.
And it comes with its own soundtrack, so this is very, like, low-end production, much like our studio right now.
Yep.
This is playing in a browser, and the soundtrack is playing in a tab.
Yep, so, if we run out of music, we'll have to restart it.
Yep, that shouldn't be that big of an issue. So
All
let's
right.
begin. We see a chick smoking a cigarette. Who's going to start reading?
You can go.
Asphodel City, your home, a rotten paradise encased in a glass orbiting Mars for eternity, built by the rich for the rich. And tonight, one of those buffoons got himself killed. Your partner, Rob, is waiting outside your apartment complex when you come out. He's leaning against the hover car, smoking a cig. His eyes are red and tired, his belly poking out over his belt. I like how they still smoke cigarettes now.
Yep.
They still do. You can't kick the habit even in the future. Been waiting nearly half an hour, you say, I'm assuming. You're in control, Liz.
Yeah, I'll say that, you did rustle me out of bed at 2 in the morning.
If you wanted a career that afforded you beauty sleep, darling, you should have gone with something besides detective. He flicks a cigarette and goes around to the driver's side. You get in the passenger side. The inside of the car is trash. Reeks of smoke and fast food. Bags, candy, and discarded apple cores litter the floor. You used to clean it, but Rob would muck it up all again so quickly you eventually gave up. I know that feeling.
Yeah, me too.
He starts the car and tunes the radio to the city's only station, KPX
79.1.
The Bone Zone. A classical station. Beethoven is playing. I don't know. I just when I see a radio station, I can't help myself. Getting sick of this shit. I wish they'd let us install music jacks in this thing. Got a tepid synths album the other night that I haven't gotten a chance to listen to yet. So I'm the other guy, apparently.
Yeah, let's see. How nice do I want to be to this guy?
It's me. I'm that guy.
You've been saying the same crap for 4 years now. Get over it.
You're a bit feisty today, Naomi. Bad night? He pulls the car away from the curb and onto the road. Whoa. Hover car?
Well, you still, you
Oh, okay.
You still have, like,
for some
roads
reason,
for
like,
a hover
when I heard
car.
hover car, I thought we'd be flying and shit.
Well, I think you just don't have tire wear.
Okay, so it's like cyberpunk noir.
I mean, even if you're going to be like flying, like Star Wars-esque, like you still dock somewhere
That's
to pull
true.
to pick somebody
had
up.
roads,
yeah,
in a way.
Yeah, you have like designated lanes and stuff.
Sorry.
Sorry. So who's our guy?
That's me, apparently. A fella named Rory Kenson, VP of Titan Components. They built some kind of thruster that every ship manufacturer uses. He lives in one of those swanky scrapper apartments in the 4th district. I think that might be tongue-in-cheek. Swanky scrapper apartments. Yeah.
In the 4th?
Weird, right? Now, if he had been walking around one of those alleys in the riverbanks or something, looking for a dealer, that would have been one thing. But no, this guy was in an apartment complex with top-of-the-line security, guards all over the place. He was on the right side of town when he got his, so apparently that wasn't tongue-in-cheek. He was in a swanky place.
Definite murder, not a suicide or an accident?
Well, I've yet to have a case where someone decapitated themselves by tripping over furniture. But hey, there's a first time for everything! The drive doesn't take long. You pass through the 3rd and see some of the hovels and tents of the city's most unfortunate souls, the ones that can't even afford apartments with rats nesting in the walls live inside. Ooh, what's that do? What's that do?
Oh.
Oh, interesting. So, it kind of shows you, like...
72% of people are living
that shows you, like,
the
a
poverty
timeline
line. Yeah.
of, like, okay.
And that's a pretty quick... I mean, it's less than 40 years, and you have a 52% increase in people living below the poverty line.
Whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
That's I like that design.
That's neat.
Yeah. Not all text-based adventures even have that.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I can't afford to live inside. You hear another 200 were laid off from McElroy and Johnson. McElroy. There was no L there. Now they gotta get in line with the rest of the poor bastards and wait for a shuttle to Mars. You know Jim over in Evidence? His cousin finally got his spot on a ride out after waiting 3 months in one of those hobo camps. Shit's crazy. We're in the right profession though, if you ask me. Wow, so this sounds like people are trying to get off, but they have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Like they can't get out quick enough.
So why is that?
The last thing the city's board of trustees would ever cut would be police funding. We're the only wall between them and those sad, angry fucks out there, he says, nodding at a shirtless man pissing on the wall of a building marked for demolition. And I guess we solve crimes occasionally, he says.
That's a bleak way to look at things.
He shrugs. I just have no illusions about our job. After 5 years, I'm surprised you still do, detective. Should know better by now.
Just drive.
You're the boss.
The drive passes quickly. A collection of the apartment complex's guards are waiting for you in the lobby, including the security supervisor, a muscular man with gray hair and a blank stare. None of them are happy to see you. They know they've fucked up royally. Rob sighs. He can sense the tension in the air as well. I got this! You step forward and look the supervisor in the eye. Let's see. We're investigators. Can you take us to the crime scene, or we're here for the body? Take us to the crime scene. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't even resist. We're here for the body. Take us to the crime scene. He smiles.
A please would be nice. Oh, sorry. Is this like some kind of like junkie living? No. These are like.
This is like a nice apartment,
okay.
but they've messed up by letting.
Right.
Like a murderer get in. I like the. Would you please take me to the crime scene, asshole? A collective goes up from the rest of the guards. The supervisor can't help but smile. Bill, his name tag reads.
Wait, I got it. This one's got fire, boss. One of the guards says.
That she does, Bill says. Come on, then, I'll take you to Mr. Kenson's apartment. He leads you to the elevator. A busboy is waiting near the middle one. A busboy? For an elevator?
Like I said, it kind of seems like noir. Like, there's kind of trappings of, like... Because there's already been a cigarette. There's already been, like, detectives. And
no, just busboys I thought were at restaurants, like, taking care of...
No, busboys, they're kind of like porters. I think they carry stuff to and fro entrances. And...
I just...
Well, this is also a swanky place, too, though.
I know. Well, so I expected it to be a porter, not a busboy. That's all.
Okay.
Because busboys bus tables.
Yeah.
But I was unaware. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. He presses a button and the elevator opens. The four of you step inside.
Charlie, take us to floor 28. I've changed his voice.
Also, I was Bill.
Well, okay.
You can be Bill. That's fine.
You see, Charlie... Take us to floor 24! Bill tells the boy. It's Bill Cosby! Don't drink his cappuccino.
Charlie presses a button. The door closes. The box goes up. Behind you, a giant window for you to look through and see the cityscape. On the strip before you, swanky casinos and giant skyscrapers. In the distance, bug-ridden apartments and pawn shops.
I feel like in the distant future, when you say bug-ridden, like Starship Troopers comes to mind. I'm just like, hide! Sorry.
That's right. At the beginning, it did tell us that kind of the area we're in is kind of the basically where people who have money live to be away from the squalor, which is certainly a theme that's been done before in kind of these futuristic things. And I think it's it's a good starting point if you want to do something that's futuristic and kind of dark, because it's grim and it feels realistic.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those, a lot of times when things are like futuristic, they're in kind of the setting that you can't imagine the world really being in.
They do like Star Trek shit where they're like, oh no, we don't have money anymore, and you're like, fuck off.
But like whenever you have this thing that it's like, no, like there's this closed-in area where the haves live away from the poverty that the majority of people have, you're like, I can see that. I can see things like that in my world now. I can foresee this being a future for me, and it makes it that much more unsettling and terrifying. I'm gonna ask what this guy was like.
Kenson, he was an asshole, Bill tells you with his third voice. The kind that liked to flaunt his money, his women, in front of you, whenever he got the chance.
He tipped good, though, Charlie says.
Well, that's something, I suppose, Rob says, who was Bill for a second. Okay.
The door slides
developer
open.
note. If you had colored text, that would help people who are reading it aloud. We're all one of us. Because I'm like, wait, who's talking? Oh, damn it.
LT reload.
Well, a lot of this is reading like a script, so it might be better just to put a name and then a colon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go to Kenson's apartment. Bill? Are you gonna do Bill?
Okay, I think I'm really going hard 1920s with Bill. You can go back down, Charlie. Nothing in that room you need to see, Bill says.
Charlie nods. Yes, sir! The three of you proceed down a long hallway. Doors with golden numbers embedded in them on each side, until you reach a door with yellow "Do Not Cross" lines taped across it. Bill takes out his card and presses it against the card reader. The door clicks open. I like that they're using card readers instead of like there's a retinal scan or something else that seems like very distant.
Yeah.
Like, you know, again, it's relatable.
You're Rob.
No, Rob's the partner. You're Rob.
I'm Rob? Oh, yeah. Rob's the bald dude.
Yeah.
Not a slider door? Rob asks.
No, the residents on this floor prefer antiquity. They pay handsomely for the privilege.
Fancy. How much does that run them?
Bill pushes against the door, brushes aside the tape. Did you want to do your 1920s, Bill?
Oh, yes. It's policy not to reveal that information to non-residents, see? Shall we go in? That's not even that good. Also, some of that text in the middle, we didn't know who was... Well, we would assume it's Charlie and Bill talking. But so far...
No, because Charlie leaves, so it's Bill.
Was it Naomi? What was the name of the female heroine? The protagonist?
It could have been her, but she wouldn't be answering questions about the building.
But why hasn't she said anything?
She's at the bottom. She's paying attention.
Oh, okay.
We shall, Rob says. Okay, so the three of you step inside. Before you is a spacious living room with a couch sitting in front of a glass wall that looks out over the city. To the right, a room leading into what you think is a bedroom and probably a bathroom. To the left, you can see the tile floor of a kitchen.
Has like room sense.
This is it? Bill glares at you.
I think what she meant to say is, where's Kenson? In the bathroom, Bill says slowly, not turning his gaze away from you. To your right, see? I'm both these guys.
Yeah.
Well, come on then, Nay. Oh,
yeah, she's Naomi. Yeah.
Bill, I'm gonna have to ask you to stay here so as not to contaminate. Blah, blah. I'm sure you've seen enough dramas. Yes, detective. Appreciate it.
You and Rob step through the room on the right and find yourself in a bedroom almost completely taken up by a king-size bed. Looking down, you see blood staining the carpet. A trail of it leads to the left, into the bathroom. Is this be a second bathroom? Because I thought there was a bathroom that... We assumed there was a bathroom earlier. It's probably the master bath. A master bath.
Women can sense architecture. It's amazing.
Well, no, it's true though. I mean, when you walk into somewhere, you kind of have a sense of like, oh, like there's a hallway there. The bathroom's probably down that way.
Well,
you know.
When we drove outside on the street, we saw some guy pissing on the wall. So I don't know what to think.
Yeah, things are crazy. Let's go in the bathroom. Whoa!
Oh, hey, where's this? Oh, his head's in a toilet.
Yeah. Wow. I like that, Matt. Good work.
Oh, look, you actually have to scroll down.
Yep.
Action.
The bathroom is small but elegant. A circular tub takes up most of it. A toilet, a sink, a minibar, a body.
Wait, a minibar? Is this a hotel?
No, it's a swanky apartment.
Oh.
Yes, a body. Nude and sprawled on the floor, missing a head. You stoop to examine the hefty, pasty corpse.
He doesn't have any rings on him, Rob says, putting on his gloves.
You examine the neck stump. It wasn't a clean job. A cleft in the tissue, as well as jagged chunks of meat, suggest the head was hacked from the neck, not sawed or cleanly cut away. You put on your gloves.
See anything interesting? What are you going to answer?
Ooh, let's see, do I think it's an amateur or do I think it's a professional trying to look amateur? This was the one that I was reading. So before we started recording, I was saying, I thought that I had read something about there's different ways to end this game, and there are, actually. And there's many ways to basically doom everything by not being a good detective.
Well, with your powers of architecture sense, you can do this.
It's a messy cut. Professional trying to look like an amateur, maybe?
Well, whoever they were, I'm pretty sure they wanted to send a message, he says, nodding towards the toilet. You take a couple of steps to the right of the body and peer down. There, submerged in the water of the toilet bowl, is Kenson's head, staring up at you, wide-eyed. Note the blue tint of his eyes? Someone gave the poor bastard a shot of Gozo.
Alright, let's see what that is. A pharmaceutical drug. It intensifies whatever emotional and physical sensation you're having by about 1,000. Rumor was a street kid looking to support himself and his girlfriend, concocted it and sold batches of it to some asphodel yuppies.
That's where we are.
Yep. Made a nice living for himself for a while, until the idiot spilled the formula to one of said yuppies. Now he's locked up in the Mirage Incorporated. Ooh, locked up and
yeah.
Mirage Incorporated gets to turn a profit while keeping the lower-level suit crooks and the addicted poor trapped in an escapist haze. Gozo had its other applications too. You and Rob had seen other investigators, paid well for their ability to extract information, use it for devious ends in dark, bloody rooms where stun batons and knives of various sizes lined the walls.
Well, the rest of that seems pretty dark, but just based on that, little information blurb there, it sounds a lot like ecstasy almost. Emotional and physical sensations happening by about 1,000.
Well, maybe, but I mean, I think that one of the things with this is it also intensifies negative sensations, because if you're going to use it for that kind of stuff, whereas ecstasy works on serotonin and dopamine, so it wouldn't have that effect. Alright, someone wanted Kenson to feel every second of his demise.
Wait, where are you looking at that?
The next paragraph.
Oh, sorry. Someone had wanted Kenson to feel every second of his demise. It was a slow death to him. His mind moving so fast he could rewind every cut 100 times before the next one. What a way to go, Rob says. You look up from the toilet bowl and notice something scribbled on the wall. Rob sees it too.
Let's examine the writing.
It's poetry, Rob says. Leaning in to squint at it, he reads aloud. She was drifting through the stars. Above her, 100,000 suns collapsed, and she was bathed in their heat. Below her, great pools of gravity yawned, with mouths that spanned millennia, and she was asleep, and she was alone. When Rob finishes, he turns to you. What do you think it means? Yeah.
She was asleep and she was alone.
Well, I mean, this guy was on drugs. Someone here was on drugs.
Well, the guy who was killed was on drugs.
But he might have taken them previous to the killing, and he might have wrote the poem. You haven't, like, time-stamped the poem.
You know what, though? I feel like... I don't feel like this is about the wealthy. I think the killer was somebody poor, like one of the impoverished, and left that. I shrug.
Do you think the killer wrote it? Kenson doesn't seem like the type who would go around scrawling poetry on the walls of his apartment.
I think the killer did it, guys, I'll be honest.
That's what my gut's telling me. Rob's quiet for a moment and then presses some buttons on his armband. Yeah, answers a cranky voice. Yeah, answers a cranky voice in the band speaker. Tibble, we're done here. Send someone to pick up the body and someone else to cut a chunk of the wall. We got some words here written by our suspect, mayhaps. Can't you just take a fucking picture? Might be prints or something on it. Tibble, send a cutter. Yeah, whatever, fine. Tibble out. Prick, Rob says. He turns to you. I'm hungry. Want to grab some pizza before we go in?
Yeah, sure. I'll be honest, guys, in real life, I freaking love pizza. I don't turn that invitation down. In IRL, hey, you wanna go get some pizza? Yes!
Well, look at Rob's response. When aren't you? The two of you leave the complex and go to Ando's, a pizza joint in the 1st District. You and Roy like it because it's almost always empty, and the pizza is greasy and cheap. Ando, an older man with a shaved head, smiles when he sees you both. My favorite customers! What can I do for you today, detectives?
Wow.
Pepperoni, anchovy, pineapple. Ooh, pineapple, good choice. You're in luck, Roy. We just got a shipment of pineapple slices from Callisto. What about you, Naomi? Avocado topping? Oh, I saw that. I thought it was avocado.
Passing lesson number 1. Be strange. Oddly enough, it helps you blend in. People adore quirkiness. It makes you whole, easily digestible to their minds. Keeps them from looking too deeply into you. It makes you look more human. Unbearable, pretentious, perhaps, but human. Huh.
So that was a topping? It's like a drug topping?
No, avocado as a pizza topping.
Oh.
And it's explaining
I thought it was like a weird drug that like made you look more human.
Really? Avocado?
You're an android, that's right, remember? That was like the first thing. Wasn't it about an android? You're an android.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, that was like the first screen that I didn't share with the people.
Oh! Oh!
Surprise! You're an android!
Wow, wow, I'm glad that I didn't miss anything important on that first screen.
Well, you know, you're like Data.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of change. That makes sense.
Well, maybe this is like your mind kind of projecting like you want to be like a human, so you're just pretending to be one.
I'll have my usual.
Rob makes a retching noise. Ugh, disgusting. The two of you take a seat and Ando brings you some beer in plastic cups. You sip your drink. You taste nothing. So, how's your... Oh, wait. Do you think that's the pizza guy, or is that Rob?
I think that's Rob.
Okay. So, how's your daughter doing? She's in what, junior high now?
You think of Ruth in her hospital bed, needles and tubes poking out of her dry, cracked skin as she slips in and out of sleep in a swirl of 83 years worth of memories. Blue eyes looking up at you at the adoption agency. Sweet, loving Ruth. Name tag says... This is like... Okay. Name tag says, why do you want to be a mother? Why should you be a mother? Thinking, not saying, maybe now I will be real and whole and loved. Driving home with new issue daughter. Fake sun over the roads as you zoom into a horizon doomed to be swallowed up by time.
Are you a depressed android? Huh. You take another sip of your beer. So wait. Let's take a step back. We've established that you are indeed an android.
Yeah.
So why is he asking about your daughter?
Because I have an adopted daughter.
Oh, you adopted her?
Yeah. Yes, in the memories.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that.
But apparently I'm saying she's in junior high even though she's 83 because I'm trying to pass. I can't have an 83-year-old daughter.
Oh, so maybe, like, you're not supposed to be an android, or people aren't supposed to know that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It seems to be kind of a,
Right. I know the
thing.
android thing was a bit of a surprise to you, Liz, but the whole I'm a secret android is a bigger surprise.
Uh-huh. It was probably all explained on that first screen you didn't let me see.
No, it just said you were an android. It didn't say you're an android trying to hide your androidness.
Hey.
Or maybe it did. I don't remember. I just tried to get stuff set up for recording, I swear.
Yeah, junior high, she's doing well.
Good. Here's a tip. Next time you're on leave from the city, Be sure to go to some events of hers, like recitals or sports shit or something. I miss my kids like hell. Nay, I haven't seen them in 2 months. Will won some kind of award and got to meet a governor a couple weeks ago. Bet that'll be fun. Bet that'll be a story. Up, I found a typo. To tell his kids one day. Where was Grandpa when you shook the governor's hand? Beating up the poor to pay the mortgage. He looks down into his beer and frowns before taking a gulp.
Oh, I had remembered something too. One of the things I saw when I was on the website for this is that the heroine Naomi is actually from another game that's been out previously, which would probably give us more of the background on Naomi. How's Tara?
He shrugs. Tara. Some night she calls me and tells me how much she misses me, and how she can't wait to do this or that to me next time I'm home. Often she's crying about it all being too hard and lonely. Other times she calls me to tell me she wants a divorce. In other words, she's dealing with all the shit she didn't sign on for when we got married, back when I could make a decent living on world for just the two of us. Can't exactly blame her, I guess.
Huh. Nobody signs on for what they get.
I'll drink to that, he says before finishing up the beer. And, oh, here comes Ando. Ando arrives and slices a pizza. Rob passes him a 20 and tells him to bring a refill and keep the change. Wait.
That's
yeah, okay,
Rob.
That is him?
Yeah, it's Rob.
Okay, well, at least there's always pizza, he says, lifting up the slice to his mouth. Greasy, delicious pizza. He's interrupted by buzzing on his armband. He looks down at the screen and sighs.
Uh-oh, that's not good. Oh.
Another body. 2nd District. Looks like a home invasion. Shit, better eat fast. You're up, Liz.
Alright, both of you quickly scarf down your pizza slices. Rob gets a coffee instead of a beer, and the two of you make a beeline for Kane Terrace, a gated neighborhood community of mansions patrolled by a security force of rather tough-looking veterans. The two guarding the gate hold automatic rifles. Rob sticks his hand out of the car and flashes his badge. They wave you through and tell you the house you're looking for is the 3rd one on the right. The mansion is white and gaudy, with a pillar on each side of the front door, which has been broken down. The two of you get out and duck beneath the "Do Not Cross" lines tapered across the threshold, because those lines mean that that's where we go. Just like in video games when you see that stuff, except we're actually supposed to go there.
Yeah.
You're in a large hall filled with wall paintings, classy furniture, and a spiral staircase. Oh, and there's a bloody finger right in front of your shoe.
Oof. I said oof.
Alright, Rob says when he sees the body, dismembered and stacked like a fleshy pile of logs sitting in front of the staircase. The decapitated head is at the top of the pile, its eyes staring forward, mouth wide open. A brown toupee rests atop the head askew. I suppose this is the
Oh, hey.
Sorry.
Rob. I'm Rob, baby.
Go ahead.
I suppose this is the recently deceased Dale McMillan. That's what we're looking at right there.
Yep. Someone's working out all their anger issues tonight.
I should try this kind of therapy sometime. Definitely cheaper than what my whack job with a PhD charges me for right now, he says, putting on gloves. You follow suit. An officer approaches you both. Nothing bagged, Rob's asked. No, sir, the young man says. No bullets, knives, or other weapons.
Anything missing?
The officer checks his armband. According to the house's security inventory, there's at least $3 million taken from Mr. McMillian's. I call him Mr. McMillian.
Yeah.
Sorry. 4 service droids missing, and some paintings from upstairs. Rob raises an eyebrow.
Were the paintings worth anything?
Not much, the recruit says. Probably another 15 grand! He's gonna be squeaky voiced.
Alright.
Alright, thanks. Get them to forward your report to our terminals, eh? Rob says. Yes, sir! The officer disappears out of the threshold. Rob turns to you. You thinking what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a montage! Montage! We have to have a montage.
Red herring robbery.
Exactly. The killer wanted this to seem like a robbery in order to hide ties to the Kenson murder. Something that happened quickly as opposed to violent, premeditated.
Rob, they literally chopped this guy up. It's a ritual murder.
Oh, right, he says, cheeks flushing red. Well, maybe they did take something of worth, but stole a bunch of other shit to hide it. So, what did Macmillan have that the killer wanted? Hyperlink.
Passing lesson number 2. Play dumb. Never have all the answers. Let them think they're smarter than they are. Let them be obsessed with themselves. Keep them from thinking about you as much as possible.
Don't play Rob like that, baby!
How are Macmillan and Kenson connected?
He takes off the gloves, lights up a cigarette. Good thinking. We'll check their financials at the station, see if something pops up. Nothing else we can do here, though. Besides, the place is starting to stink, thanks to the Lord of the Flies over there. The two of you leave Kane Terrace, and the drive back to the station is pretty quiet. You pass through several poor districts and see residents peering out of their windows of their dilapidated apartments. You turn down a street and glimpse an old man trying to sleep on the cement, a raggedy jacket his only blanket. Resentful faces glare out at you from within alleyways where barrels of flaming bellies are the only source of warmth. You can't blame them. They're poor and broken, for whatever reason, and your job is to break them again where they stand up and try to fix their lives. You know, one day it's going to happen, Rupp says. They're going to rise up, tear down all the dome scrapers, stick the president's head on a pike, burn it all down. When they do, I'll be cheering them on from afar, off-world. Let's just hope we all have enough money to retire before the riots start. Rob parks in the lot of the city central police station. You get out.
I don't want to. I mean, what if I want to stay in the car?
I think you should start just like going. I mean, you're an android. You can just kill people. This is
like a cutscene, clearly, because I only have one option. So I head inside.
The APD headquarters is one of the biggest buildings in Asphodel.
The second, in fact, and it happens to be located near the biggest one, City Hall. Years back, President Wallace denied purposefully building the police department away from the poor districts. It was simply a matter of convenience, he said. Of course, this was long before Wallace bought out the media outlets the outlets then ran such interviews. No one asked him any questions. Okay, so their police department is not near. See, and that's like where I grew up, like the police department was kind of like right in the middle of some of the big crime areas in the city. So yeah, Alright.
Sorry. You pass through hallways and peer into windowed interrogation rooms where officers are yelling at people. One of the rooms has an officer smoking a cigarette over. Wow. So in the future you can smoke inside again.
Yeah. Well,
this is great. Yeah. Can you smoke inside interrogation rooms? You must be able to still.
I doubt it.
Really?
You can't.
I wouldn't talk unless an officer gave me a cigarette. I would tell him that right then. And he's like, "We think you're we think."
They don't even allow cigarettes in federal prison anymore.
Oh yeah, that will stop them.
I'm just saying,
they don't allow cell phones, but they still get cell phones.
But you're saying, gee, you must be able to have a cigarette in an interrogation room. Like, you can't even smoke in prison.
Oh, listen, I'm telling you, if they pull me over and they're like, listen, we know you're involved in a murder, I'm like, I'll talk if you have a cigarette.
Yeah, they wouldn't let you smoke in the interrogation room. They'd cuff you and shackle you and bring you outside.
Shame. Cigarettes are this part of interrogation rooms. Sorry.
That, like, real old school, like, 1950s and black and white.
One of the rooms has an officer smoking cigarette over someone lying prostrate on the floor. Oh, Jesus. Puddle of blood around their head. The table thrown to the side. I guess he was going for bad cop. Guess that guy said the wrong thing to Josh, huh? Fucking brute. The two of you step into the office you share. You sit down at your desk and terminal. I'm gonna get some coffee, Rob says, throwing his coat over the back of his desk chair. You want some?
And there, the music has run out.
Okay.
Which tells me that we've done
a half an hour.
A half an hour, guys.
So you can join us. Just black, 2 sugars, lots of cream. I'm good. Who knows?
Find out next time how I want my coffee. So guys, please, like I said, we're gonna put the stuff for this game,
in the links.
in the
comment
in the description. So far, I'm digging it.
Even if you don't like us, share this game because so far so good.
Yeah, it is. It's cool. And you know, text-based adventures. It's kind of cool, like coming back to text-based adventures.
This is where it's at.
You should use your imagination.
You're making me want to put edits in here with little graphics.
Are you gonna put that sponge with the rainbow doing the imagination
the
at this
sponge,
point?
his name is SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's copywritten.
No, it's not. It's trademarked.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Know your property rules. Come on.
So guys, thank you. Please like and subscribe. And as always, game hard and game well.